Okay, hello everybody. So today I got something as a gift that I wanted to review. It's this cane. Um, Now I just sort of wanted to just sort of review this cane and just sort of compare to what you would traditionally call your older style cane. Um, I much prefer these modern ones over the older ones. I mean, when I speak of older canes, I'm talking like the traditional kind of cane, like if you go to your grandparents' house and you see, them using a cane. Um, that one's that one's good for different reasons. I mean, that one has advantages over this kind because they're longer and it could support your weight better. Um, these ones will sort of support your weight, but if you're sort of like a average sized person, you will have to sort of kneel down a little bit to sort of like reach the bottom. Like it might make it a bit awkward, but if that's an issue, I would probably suggest an older style cane. But these modern ones, they're just different. They have a lot of different advantages. I'm sure you probably know all the advantages, the obvious ones, like if you're stranded somewhere, you actually have something to eat with this one. And and also it makes noise, so when you walk by, you don't startle anybody. That's a huge positive. There's nothing more annoying than somebody walking behind you and just startling you. It's really hard to startle anybody when you're walking with this thing. Um, um, as far as like being eco-friendly, I'm trying to see which one would have the advantage, like the older wooden ones or these. I mean, these candies are pretty eco-friendly because they would probably just melt into the ground or like an animal would eat them. But I don't know about this plastic. I'm not a big fan of the plastic, so I guess in that way, probably the old wooden one would be a bit more eco-friendly. Um, this one is 48 grams, I think it says here. So it's lighter than the older wooden ones. Um, has 190 calories, but that won't really affect anything. Basically, all the nutritional effects on this thing that I'm seeing here don't really affect the use of the cane at all. Saturated fats and but honestly, the way I see this is a sort of like a modern take of an old classic. Like the cane has been around forever, but this is sort of like a modern version of it. I know if you're using this as a regular cane, it's probably would be tempting to snack on it once in a while, but I definitely don't recommend that because think about it this way. If you start eating too many of these candies, it'll probably weaken the structure of the cane and it might collapse. I just don't want anybody to hurt themselves. I would say save the candies for an emergency if you're stranded somewhere and all you have is this cane. Other than that, I would say definitely keep the candies inside. Uh, so because it does have 190 calories, so if you were stranded somewhere, you could probably live like at you could probably live a week off of this if you just sort of like split it to like like some of them a day. Now there's really trying to think of what else I can really sort of comment about. This particular cane is made by Skittles, but I've seen many different types of candies offering this sort of modern cane structure. Yeah, it could really be any sort of like candy filled up. It could be M&Ms. It could be you know, basically anything you can think of would make a good cane for somebody smaller in size or somebody larger if you're willing to kneel down a little bit. Keep in mind, I know I'm ranting and raving about day cane. But if you really have serious issues walking, I would definitely still recommend an old-fashioned longer wooden cane, because it's just going to help you out a lot more. If you're sort of more of a modern person who wants more frills and stuff, this will do you much better than the old style cane. If you're more of like a modern type person, the old style cane is just going to drive you crazy because it's just boring. It's just a piece of wood. But this clearly offers a lot more. So I would say at the end of the day, just weigh out the pros and cons, and just make a choice that works good for you. I don't want to pick one over the other because it's really a personal choice. I just wanted to give my opinion on this, and just leave it at that. So this video is almost 6 minutes, and I think that's really enough to talk about this. But I hope that helps a little bit, and if you have any questions, just leave me a comment, and we'll go from there. Alright, thank you guys. Have a really great day.